A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a surprising turn of events, President Trump has withdrawn his political endorsement of Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, labeling her a traitor after she publicly questioned his stance on releasing Justice Department files related to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. This unexpected rift has sent shockwaves through the Republican Party, especially considering Greene's steadfast support for Trump since she joined Congress in 2021. Just days after the fallout, Trump reversed his position, calling for the House to pass legislation to release the Epstein files, asserting, "We have nothing to hide." Greene, who has been one of Trump's most vocal defenders, expressed her dismay at the division within the MAGA movement, stating that the infighting has been one of the most destructive things for those fighting to hold a corrupt government accountable. At a press conference with survivors of Epstein's alleged abuse, she insisted that action must be taken to release the files, emphasizing that the American public will not tolerate any nonsense. This public dispute over the Epstein files is not an isolated incident, but rather a culmination of months of criticism from conservative factions who feel Trump has strayed from his Make America Great Again promises. Since returning to office in January, Trump has faced scrutiny for several decisions that some Republicans believe do not align with his campaign pledges. Greene has consistently been at the forefront of articulating these concerns, questioning Trump's military actions, including the bombing of Iranian nuclear sites, and expressing outrage over the administration's financial support to Argentina, which she deemed one of the grossest things she has ever seen. She argued that this move is a punch in the gut to American cattle ranchers who feel neglected. The Republican Party is witnessing a growing unease over various issues, including mass deportations and tariffs, as different factions within the party clash over key components of Trump's second-term agenda. Despite her recent criticisms, Greene remains one of the most conservative members of Congress, and her ideological consistency remains intact. While her apology for past behaviors and her appearances on platforms like The View and CNN may suggest a pivot, Greene insists she is merely highlighting the ways in which Republicans have failed to uphold her vision. In recent weeks, there have been indications that Trump would publicly disown Greene, as he remarked, "I don't know what happened to Marjorie. She's a nice woman, but I don't know what happened. She's lost her way, I think." However, Greene and some Republicans argue that it is Trump who has lost his way. On CNN, she stated, "I think that the American people deserve to be put first. That's what Make America Great Again meant to me. And I think that President Trump can do that if he refocuses his effort." At last year's Republican National Convention, Greene hailed Trump as the founding father of the America First movement. But now she is asserting that this title does not grant him sole authority over the movement's future direction. For a decade, Trump has dominated the Republican Party by uniting various ideological groups under his banner. However, as he faces record unpopularity and continues to diverge from his base's conservative ideals, this dynamic is beginning to shift. With Trump not on the ballot for next year's midterms, the extent of his influence on Republican primary voters in the 2028 presidential race remains uncertain. Greene's criticisms are prompting Republicans to confront the question of what a post-Trump GOP will look like much sooner than anticipated, and with far less certainty about the potential paths the party may take moving forward. As the political landscape evolves, the ramifications of this rift between Trump and Greene could have lasting implications for the Republican Party and its future. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.